Good morning. I have a visitor. Say hello. Say hello to the people, Hank. This is baby Hank. Baby Hank is actually a girl. Don't really know. I know there's a joke involved with that, but she's a sweetie. But my dogs are very afraid of her. And yeah, she lives right next door in that house that you can see through the trees. But I had plans of getting out in my gardens and getting that mulch down, and just a few little weeds here and there that's propped up, but you know, it's pretty easy to do when it's just a few. But it stormed so bad here last night. I mean, extremely bad. It was 74 degrees. I had all my windows open. Within less than 3 minutes, the skies totally went dark and the heavens opened up with rain and hail, and it was hitting my house on all four sides. I went like a mad scramble trying to shut all my windows, and I still had to get towels and wipe up. The water came in the kitchen window so bad that it actually went over the sink and got the floor wet, as well as the cupboard. Yeah, if you're hearing my idiot dogs, because I think their daddy's pulling in the driveway. But anyways, yeah, so I don't know. It just might be too much of a mud muck for me to even want to go out. So I'll check it out here in a couple hours. But if you want to check out my Facebook page, I posted a picture of the skies after that storm, and they were just all pink, and it was just majestic. It really was. Anyways, I'll talk to you later on today. Today, I am going to try something that I have never, ever, ever, ever done, and that is make jelly, well, jam. But that being said, I am not making it the traditional way, as you know, because of some family members of mine. I have attempted, anyways, to find recipes that do not take refined sugar, you know, just the regular white sugar or any type of cane sugar. So I found a recipe for blueberry jam that is only going to take 2 tablespoons of raw honey and the blueberries, and it has actually a special ingredient that, after thinking about it, it made sense. So, hey, follow along and maybe we'll learn something new, because I never made this either. Okay, so here we are. I have my pot, my 2 cups of blueberries, and then I am supposed to put in 2 tablespoons of the raw honey and coat the blueberries in it. It says that I am to take this and add some lemon juice and put this in the pot and heat over a medium-low heat until the blueberries are soft and bubbling. So we are going to put in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. That in here. And it says that they'll be soft and bubbling in about 5 minutes. Yeah, do you think that's true? Whatever takes only 5 minutes. Three minutes and they're still not bubbling. Oh, I think I see a bubble. Well, they are definitely bubbling now. So it says that I am to reduce my heat And I am to smash them with a large fork or with a potato masher, and believe it or not, I don't own a potato masher, so I'm going to have to use a fork. It just says to slightly mash them. So I don't really know what this means, and I don't think that I said, but this is a freezer jam. This is not going to be put into a pressure cooker. This is just going to be put into the jars and then placed into the freezer. And that way, when you want them, you just go into the freezer and get them out. And it said that one jar will be good for up in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks. Okay, so now is our little secret ingredient, so to speak, and that is chia seeds. We are going to put 2 tablespoons of chia seeds in here. And then it says bring back to a boil and let it bubble but not burn for another 15 minutes or until the jam begins to thicken. I need a spatula to get some of that off. There we go. That's a little better. And I did a little experiment earlier when I was telling my husband about this. His eyebrows kind of went up, you know. And I put just sprinkled a few chia seeds into a bowl, added some water, put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and sure enough, this is what it turned out. It just totally coagulated. And that is what I'm assuming is going to be happening with our blueberry jam. The chia seeds is what's going to be the thickening agent. Okay, now it says that we are to turn off the heat and just let it cool for 5 to 10 minutes before we fill it in our jars. And I will give you an idea of what it looks like. It is actually, I think it's going to work out really well. So I'll wait to put it in my jars, and I'll show you what that looks like. Well, I think that it turned out very nicely. And yes, I know this only made a little bit, but I didn't want to make a whole lot if it wasn't going to work. So I only made 2 of these little jars, but I'm going to stick them in one in the refrigerator and one in the freezer. See how it works in the freezer. And there we go. I did also want to say that I did find the pectin that you can use, that you do not need to use sugar. You just need to use a little bit of honey. And so I will be trying this in the future. They have both in this, they have it for traditional in a pressure cooker and also freezer jellies. But I wanted to use this with strawberries when we get into strawberry season in the first part of June. So that's when I want to make some strawberry jam. And anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. And hey, this even has healthy chia seeds in it, as well as all those wonderful blueberries. So, talk to you after a bit. Well, here we meet again. I truly hope that everybody's having a wonderful day. And today I wanted to read from Romans chapter 15, verse 13. Now may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, that you may abound in hope through the power of the Holy Spirit. I recently read an ancient legend that told about a king who was walking through his garden to find almost everything in his garden was withering and dying. And after speaking to an oak tree near the gate, The king learned that he was troubled because he was not tall and beautiful like the pine tree. And the pine tree overheard their conversation and added that she too was upset, for she could not bear delicious fruit like the pear tree. The pear tree heard his name and began to complain that he did not have the lovely odor of the spruce. And so it went throughout the entire garden. You know, sadly, it is easy for all of us to fall into the same trap. It's easy for us to believe that what someone else has is better than what we have. There are people who believe that someone else's house is better than their house, and that someone else's life is better than their life. And the focus, though, is always on the wrong thing. Instead of focusing on all the blessings God has provided, we are focusing on the things that He has not provided, and that's when we get in trouble. I once heard a pastor say that if you think the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, spend some time watering your own grass. I think that is good advice. Never forget that more often than not, the color of the grass in your own yard and in the others is just simply a matter of perception. We think the grass is going to be greener on the other side, so we jump through hoops trying to get there. And in the end, though, all we find on the other side are more problems than what we had in the first place. And with that, I want to remind you, life happens. Let's enjoy it. So if you ever begin to think that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, it's not. And our loving God probably put the fence there for a reason. God bless. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. And I'll talk to you on Monday.